Good afternoon. It's Jay with JVI Mobile. Welcome to this webinar. Today I'm really excited. We've been working towards this for over a month now. I met Catherine from Tegna through the Alignable Network, and when she told me what she does, I immediately was like, that is like the greatest compliment to what we do ever. And I was like, we need to team up. We need to figure out, like, you've got the traffic, I've got the systems to turn those people into real customers. Like, let's build a system. And so that's what we're here to talk about today. So today I have Catherine and Amaya both with Tegna with me. And we're all going to get a chance to talk a little bit about this system that we want to bring to you. But we're calling it the synergy strategy. And it really is just a true way to drive people through a funnel. And to kind of illustrate that, a lot of businesses have leaky buckets, right? We all do. Every business has a leaky bucket in some form or fashion. The ones that really thrive are the ones that adapt, understand where the leaks are happening, and plug those leaks. But in the beginning, we don't always know where the problems are or where we're missing those leads. And a lot of times people are like, wow, if I could just get all these people to come through my door, all my problems would be over forever. Or if I could just get my phone to ring, if I could just get my name out there, right? And there's so many ways that we can get traffic. But a lot of times when we get traffic through Facebook ads or through Google ads or through putting signs in the ground or whatever it is, more traffic doesn't always turn into more revenue. So the key is, like, how do we get traffic that really is looking for what we offer? And then once we've identified that, then how do we get them to a system that is going to convert them into a customer, right? So, and the other thing is that sometimes we get leads, and the average is like 47 hours for most businesses to communicate with that lead. Like 47 hours goes by before. That's like almost 2 days before you're responding to your leads. And that's obviously a big problem too. So the equation that we're putting together here today is, in just a second, Amaya is going to tell you a little bit about hyper-local traffic and personalization. Catherine will talk to you a little bit more about how that process works. But we want to get you on TV, right? And then once we capture those people, how do we turn those into booked appointments or traffic coming through your door, and how we use AI to help facilitate that process so that you can continue doing what you do best, which is working with your customers or running your business or whatever the different 40 different hats you wear is. So I guess the place to start here is, I'm going to hand it over to you, Amaya, and thank you for being on. Tell me, before we get started and like go really dive into this, tell me a little bit about your role with Tegna and what you do, and then let's talk about how we're targeting people.
Yeah, so thanks for having me on today, Jay. So I am Amaya. I am a digital sales manager with Tegna. I oversee 2 markets within Tegna, but we have the capabilities to reach customers, regardless of where they are. And then looking at this and, just really based on everything that you were mentioning about the woes of driving good traffic to your website and then also getting them to convert, what we normally see is a lot more revenue pushed at the bottom, or a lot more budget pushed at the bottom funnel with those paid search and those direct click actions. And you're forgetting about the top funnel, which is that premium content, that streaming television, that TV viewer, because that's the habits that people are consuming media these days. So you want to get in front of them that way. At Tegna, we have so many different ways to do that, but the way that we really like to focus in on is targeting your specific customer. As a business owner, you know who your customer is, who you want to reach, what areas of town they are in. What their behaviors are. If they are a woman 25 to 54, if they are a homeowner, all of those things. So looking at that behavioral targeting, again, is those people you're looking at for them based on, like for instance, here searching for back pain relief. And then you also have the demo targeting. And then we can get more specific into focusing around specific competitors or businesses, but using this more narrow approach to targeting to reach your customer at the beginning or at the top of the funnel, and then pushing them down, which will then bring them to your website. And at that point, we know that they're an intentional and a good quality person, just based on the data that we would consume to be able to give back to you.
I love that. So we're talking about like the demographics and the behavioral targeting as well, some of those psychographics. Can you just, for people who might be watching, and I know there's a few people on now watching this, talk a little bit about how geofencing comes into play in retargeting. Like if somebody's searching for something or walks into a type of business and you are their competitor of that business, like how does that play? How does that help somebody?
Yeah, so with this, what we would do is we would look at, say for instance, you have a business that is, a furniture company, and you want to push more people to come to your business from your competitors. So we would take a good look at who you would deem a competitor, or even just natural behaviors of those shoppers in places that they go, and we can build what we would call a virtual fence around those locations. From there, as long as location services are activated on the devices, the persons going into those locations, we would capture their devices. And then later on, once they've left out of the fence, we've got the data, they could be at home and they would be able to see an ad that is from your business to them, because we know that they were someone who walked into one of your competitors or one of the places that you deem, has the behaviors of someone that shops at your location.
That is just super cool. Like the fact that the targeting can get that specific. Like I'm just thinking about like, we work with a lot of mattress stores, and I'm just thinking about it. Like if the person is out and they go into like a mattress firm, right? And then they go home and they're in bed at night watching TV on their bed that's not comfortable, and they're already in the market. And all of a sudden your ad comes up. If you're a client of mine at the mattress store, right? Your ad comes on TV for them, and they're like, wow, people know me. Like everybody always talks about, oh, my devices are listening. My devices are listening. Yes, your devices pretty much are listening. Like it's where you go, it's what you do. And the fact that you guys are able to take that information and deliver a custom ad for somebody is awesome.
It's speaking directly at that customer, so they know that this was intentionally for me, and that is what really drives them and drives that traffic to the website, and then gets them to convert and buy a new mattress.
Yeah. Absolutely high quality traffic. I love that. Well, let's go one step further now. So I have a business. I don't know a lot about video ads or how to make a commercial, or I don't really know what to do to get you this ad. So Catherine, what happens from that point? If I'm like, I want to do this, I want to invest in getting this traffic, but I don't know how to do this. How do you come in and help?
Yeah, thanks, Jay. So we try to keep it as stress-free as possible and have you just as hands-off as possible. We do it all for you. So if you're a new business, you don't have much, say, B-roll video or photos or verbiage. If you don't really have anything, we have possible ways to get that for you through our team, or we can pull stuff off of your website. We can pull stuff off of your Facebook page. We have a very strong creative team that can build you a wonderful 15-second, 30-second, sometimes 60 seconds. We try not to do 60s because that's double the pricing. So we kind of stay away from it unless it's the right solution for you, and then we're all in. But yeah, we take the stress from you. We will create the scripts. We will create the verbiage of everything, send it to you. We don't do anything without your approval. We have creativity meetings as well. If you need to brainstorm, you've never done it before, you don't know what to do, we get together, we do a Zoom call, have some fun, talk about some stuff. We do not have any management fees. Everything that we do is rolled up into one fee. And you'd be shocked because it's not a very high fee for you to pay for CPMs for streaming or for the programmatic portion of it, the targeting, retargeting, streaming, retargeting. So yeah, we do not charge you a management fee. We don't even charge you a production fee. And then we have for the streaming and the targeting, retargeting, at the end of the month, throughout the whole campaign, we're tracking it. If you're able to place a pixel on your website, that's key because you place the pixel, then we kind of follow along the journey throughout the whole campaign. We can track what your viewers are doing after they see your commercial, after they see your video. Do they go to your website? We're able to see what pages on your website they view. We can also place a conversion pixel, and the conversion pixel will actually show you if they took action on your web page, like if you had a form to fill out, if you had a click here to schedule a consultation. If it's a travel and tourism, it's, click here to plan your stay. We can follow along each page. That lets you learn what your viewers are doing, what they're interested in, where they want to see, and then we can actually optimize throughout the campaign to go more where your viewers are going. So then you're talking to those people that are interested in you and taking action on your page. So it's even more result driven. So free production, free management, and you get reporting so you can see that we're not just making it up, that we're definitely transparent on everything that we do for you guys.
I love that. So one of the things that I thought about is like, okay, so let's use that travel example, right? You have a travel company and plan your vacation. If people are going to that page where they're doing this planning, but your ad was on something about a location or how travel agents work or something. So then you could actually say, ooh, this data is saying that my people that are watching are really, or visiting my website are really interested in this. Maybe let's make our next commercial geared towards them, right? And or let's look at our targeting and change it. So it's very fluid. You're not really locked into anything. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, for example, we work with a lot of travel and tourism clients, and I have a client now who's targeting 2 or 3 markets where they see people come to their area year over year. Well, surprisingly, this year they're having people come to them from the Raleigh market, and so we're actually optimizing their campaign now, putting more impressions in the Raleigh market, retargeting more in the Raleigh market, doing some geofencing in the Raleigh market, and it's actually making their actions and their viewers skyrocket because they're talking to the viewers that are most interested in visiting them. So that's the beauty of us being in your campaigns and reporting on the daily basis, is that we can watch it. We can watch how it is performing. We can make changes. We share those with you. Hey, we believe you need to do this. We need to ramp up the frequency. We need to switch the creative out. We have a lot of levers we can pull to make your campaign even more successful.
I absolutely love that. One of the things that it always drew me to Facebook or Meta ads was the fact, and just digital ads in general, was the ability to be able to make those changes really quickly because you're not locking yourself in. I mean, think about it. In the old days when you went to print, you went to print and that was it. Once it was printed, it was printed and you were stuck with it. Yeah. And with digital, it's so much easier to make changes. But what I've found is And the reason why we're not a Facebook ads or meta ads agency or even get really into programmatic ourselves is I'm just not set up that way. Like, it takes the management, it takes somebody looking at it, it takes somebody really analyzing and evaluating it on the regular so that these changes can be made in real time so you get the best results. And I have no doubt, Catherine, I have no doubt that when you're managing a campaign, it is managed, right? And I like that. I think people do need that. So before, I know we've gotten really into this, but I need to digress for a minute, kind of to the beginning, because we've had a lot of people coming in and watching since we got started 15 minutes ago. Can you tell me, and I don't know who wants to take this one, but can you talk a little bit about the size of Tegna and Premion and the difference? And just, I know I said it in the email, but you guys have over like 60 affiliates. I know you're our local in Greensboro, like WFMY, but you also have like Hulu and Max and all these things. I don't think I had that slide in there. And if I do, I apologize. No. So yeah, can you just give us like a rundown for everybody who's watching, just of who Tegna is and Premion?
Yeah, I'll take it first.
Cool.
If I leave anything out, you just let me know. But yeah, no, Jay, you're right. So we're in 61 markets across the country. Some really big markets like Dallas and Charlotte, Greensboro, Atlanta, and so we're naturally, Tegna is a broadcast company. So your regular television station company, we have all of the affiliates, your ABC, NBC, CBS, Fox, throughout the country. Within Tegna, Tegna started Premion, which is our connected TV platform that we have gone out and made, created these partnerships with brands like Hulu, Disney, HBO Max, Paramount Plus. They're all probably running together at this point, Hulu, Disney, all the same thing, but but we started in the business 10 plus years ago, one of the first innovators really in the connected TV space. And from there, we just kind of grew it, learning how that world really works, growing with the change of the platforms and how to get in front of people with all of the change in security and technology, and making sure that we're a brand and fraud safe company, ensuring that all of your ads would be in brand safe content. We don't run in any user generated content. All of our ads are non-skippable. So kind of, we like to say, and we do feel strongly about it as being pioneers in this space. And we speak highly of our product and believe in it, just because we know that it works. And with the transparency that we have out there, within the growth that we've had and to where we are today, that's why we're able to provide that transparency, because we've really learned from it. So that's my take on it and kind of where we are and who we are as a company. And Kat, you can add anything that I missed. Kat's actually been with Tegna a little bit longer than I have. I won't tell them how long, Kat, but
I mean, just like Amaya said, like and I know Jay, you have felt this for me, but I'm super passionate about it. I think it works great, and I feel like the coolest part about it is the team that's behind it. Like, we do really work hard for you. We keep our eyes on it. We're super transparent. If by chance there is a mess up, we own it, we fix it, we move forward. Tegna's been around a long time. It's a big company, but we really do care about our clients, and we have a lot of clients, but they continue to grow because the strategies we're putting together, we're blessed to have all of these capabilities that we can. And I feel like we've got some very seasoned people that we work together with to put the right solutions together for you. That's why I don't ever sell packages, because I don't feel like everybody fits the package. It's what you need. So that's why we're not coming on here with here's your streaming, here's your digital, here's your AI for $5,000. That's not how it's going to go. It's going to go, give us a call. We'll talk to you, where you're going, what your visions are, where you want to be. And then we build it around your needs, your budget, your targets, everything. And, you know, with our streaming campaign, we started Premion in 2014, and it's grown and grown and grown. We've added a DSP to it, so it's even stronger. I love sharing that because I feel like that's like the Incredible Hulk that's come in with Premion, because now I'm like, there's nothing we can't do. And it's a lot of fun. And when I said we try to take the stress out of it for you, we really do, because if you're stressing, you're going to stress me out, and I don't really want to stress out. So I would much rather take it all for you. And so we're just happy to be here and hopefully get to meet you guys and partner up. Ready to roll.
I love that. I love that. So you mentioned DSP, and that's like the Hulu, that's the streaming providers, right? That's the Hulus, the ESPNs. Is that right?
So the DSP is a service. It's a demand side platform. Is really what it stands for, and what it does is keeps the cost down for you, because we have the tools necessary in house to do everything ourselves, to push out the inventory and request the inventory from our partners and those things. So with us owning that, like Kat said, it really is nothing that we can't do, because we can. I mean, every quarter we've got new stuff rolling out, new capabilities that we're able to do with our own platform that allows us to have more control over what we can do for our clients.
That's fantastic. I absolutely love that. Well, it almost makes it a no-brainer. Like, you can drive like really, really hyper targeted people to the doors of local businesses, and by the sheer size, I mean, nationwide, right? So if you're watching this and you're in Dallas or Atlanta or wherever, I mean, you can use this to get more traffic, good traffic, through the top of your funnel. Then we got to talk about that leaky bucket that we talked about at the beginning. Like, we want to make sure we plug those leaks, right? So I'm going to take over for a few minutes here, but that is an amazing start. I run a platform called JourneyBuilder, and it is an all-in-one growth engine, like it says. A lot of business owners have several subscriptions. They might have their CRM, which might, I don't know what, HubSpot or Thrive or something like that. Then they have their social media management tools, like a Hootsuite or something like that. Then reputation management, they might have an SEO website builder. Maybe they're doing Wix or GoDaddy or something like that. So we take all of this and we put it into one platform, right? It's one login. We eliminate all those other subscriptions, and we can automate every piece together. So it's all just in one place. Have all of your marketing and business process technology in one spot. Even your DocuSign, we can just throw away the Panda Doc or the DocuSign. Like, we've got DocuSign built right in. Like, we're continually adding. But what's cool about that and how it applies to this is we also have AI that can either chat through typed out conversational messages. We call it conversational AI. We also have voice AI now as well, but I really want to focus on like the chat AI, because let's just say that somebody's watching your TV commercial, and at the end you've got a QR code and a phone number, right? And they text that phone number, or they scan the QR code and it takes them to the website where they're now in a text conversation with your business. We can have AI take over the conversation. Hi, I saw your ad on Hulu. Do you have any appointments available? Yes, we have openings. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Instant auto response. No more waiting 47 hours. You got somebody 24/7, 365. You have an AI that is interconnected with your booking calendar. Also another subscription that you'd replace with JourneyBuilder. And you don't miss any calls. You don't miss any potential revenue. Your AI is there to handle it. And it works flawlessly. And we can work with it to make it even sound more like you. Even though we don't tell them it's you, you always tell people it's actually AI, especially if they ask. But we can make it have your brand voice, right? And like I said, 24/7, 365, it will respond. The dialogue is phenomenal. We could show you some real examples of that. And then, of course, your booking calendar is connected to the system. So the AI checks for availability on your booking calendar and sets a time with them if you take appointments. If you don't take appointments, the AI, we have some appliance stores that we work with that they're just keep open hours, like 9 to 5. So we just drive them into the door. We're like, come on in, I'm here, I've got this, right? So we do that as well. And we had a dealer in Washington State, the state of Washington, and his AI, he named it Amy. Amy was his AI name, right? And somebody was chatting with Amy, right? AI Amy, booked an appointment. The day of the appointment, he shows up and he sees the owner, Joey, who was responsible for Amy, right? He owns the store. And the guy came in and he said, yeah, I'm here to see, I had a great conversation with Amy. Is she around? So she booked the appointment with me. And he was like, I got to tell you, Amy's not real. Amy's our AI assistant. He's like, get out of here. Like he was just lost his mind, right? It was great. He bought a mattress, but he's like, tell me more about that AI. That's really cool. I had no idea it wasn't a human. I didn't have any idea that Amy wasn't a real person. And that's the kind of human-like dialogue that you get with it. Oops, I didn't mean to click that button. So here's, let's just say, they see the commercial, they do something, immediately we're chatting with them, immediately we're capturing them and booking the appointment. So I mentioned the retail mattress side of things. I just updated this number. It was updated 2 days ago, and I didn't update the slides in the last 2 days. It's now been 10 months, and it's been over 3,500 appointments booked. So this is a group of stores around the country. It was a group of roughly 15 to 20 throughout that period. And in 10 months, over 3,500 AI booked appointments happened. And now that traffic has not come from Tegna. I believe when you put these two systems together, there's no reason why we couldn't have booked 5,000 or 5,500 in that, because we're just using Facebook ads, running blanket ads to every adult within 10 or 15 miles of the store on Facebook, right? So when you say, all right, that's just blanket ads, I wonder how many clicks were wasted. I wonder how many impressions were wasted because we weren't really targeting specifically people that might have been searching Mattress Firm or searching a different company. Like now when you bring in this hyper-targeted, hyper-localized, very engaged traffic, how many more people are going to book those appointments? So I believe with this strategy, this number could have easily been doubled in the last 10 months. And I'm excited to see what we do in the next several months when we put this together. So you want to talk about just, a lot of people are wondering where that silver bullet is, that magic bullet. And I don't believe there is one, but I believe that you can make a lot more money and do a lot better in your business when you put some of these things together. So I would say, listen, if you want to get something going, you need to get in touch with us immediately after this webinar. We can help you work on the creative, where it's going to go, where it's going to show up, and then we can help you with your JourneyBuilder account on the back end so we can capture every single lead and turn them into what you want. So I realized after I did this slide that I'm definitely being outshined here by Catherine. I put a QR code up on the screen. If you just want to have that conversation, like maybe you're not sure, maybe you just have a lot more questions, maybe you think TV advertising is going to cost you $5,000, $10,000, and you think my software is another $5,000, $10,000, and you just need somebody to say, guess what? It's not that much. unless you want it to be, right? Depending on your budget, it'll work within your budget. So what I did, what this QR code will do is it'll tag you in my CRM in JourneyBuilder as a call, a booked call for this partnership that we have with Tegna. It'll put it on my calendar, and then I can bring Catherine or Amaya in on that call, or we find a time. But that's going to book something based on my availability so that I can be on it. And we would love to help you. If you have any questions and you're really looking at this going, wow, hyper targeted, and then I don't miss leads, and then the AI can do this, and what do I have to do? And you're like, that sounds too good to be true. Go ahead and throw a question in the chat box on YouTube. I know you're watching on YouTube. There's a chat on the bottom. As a matter of fact, I can throw one in here and say questions here. And that'll pop up in the YouTube and actually Facebook. I'm streaming this everywhere. We're on LinkedIn. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. I got this thing streamed everywhere. If you have any questions, we'll stick around for another minute or two. Catherine, is there anything that right now you're going, oh, shoot, I forgot to say that. Anything that you think like we missed or you missed when you were talking about your stuff? And then Amaya, I'll ask you the same thing.
No, I'm thinking just in case, like if people started to hear the beginning or have questions, if you want to throw my email in there in the chat as well, they can shoot me an email personally and just ask quick questions before they schedule a call. And that way, because I'm really anal about my phone calls and emails and texts and messages and stuff. I will get right back to you.
Was that kwatts@tegna.com? Yeah. I'll put it right in the chat there.
Perfect.
And that'll go up in the comments as well. Yeah, that would be great. Even before you book the call, you can book the call. But if you had just some questions about the TV side of things, the programmatic side, retargeting, any of that costs, any of that stuff, go ahead and email Catherine first, ask her those questions, and then you can always, she can connect you with me. We can do an email chain and we'll partner up but if you're like, nah, this seems awesome, I want to talk more for sure, then go ahead, book that call, and then I will do the same thing on my end. We'll just loop Catherine in and we'll see if she's available at the same time. If not, we'll either we'll try to find a time that works, or we'll do an email chain. Either way, really, really excited for this partnership. Amaya, did we miss anything that you could tell?
No, I would just say, for, all the business owners out there, don't think that anything is too crazy of an idea of getting in front of people or how you want to. If there's just something that you're just like, you're watching an NFL football game and you think, golly, how much does that cost? I would love for my ads to be there. You just never know as far as, how much it would cost. Any kind of sporting event, golf, sky's the limit, down to who you want to reach, how you specifically want to reach these people, whether it's first party or third party. Just don't never think too small. We can think big, and we can and knock it out the park and get you guys more business, more customers, more sales, more revenue, and we all live a stress-free life.
I love that. I don't know about stress-free. There's gonna be something else will pop up, but it's funny. It's funny because I used to say, we'd have clients and I would just be running these blanket Facebook ads, and they'd be like, the leads, I'm getting a lot of leads, but a lot of them are saying that they clicked it accidentally. They didn't this or that. And I used to say, man, they're getting so many leads. Or they say they're not booking appointments. And I'm like, man, if we could just come up with a way that we could book their appointments for them. And I'm thinking like big. I'm thinking like, we're going to need to build a call center and we can answer every call that comes in. And I'm like, that's not happening. I'm not going to do that. And then AI came available, and like AI was able to book appointments. So we put that in. And so then we had the leads coming in, and then we had appointments being booked. And then it was like, they don't show up for the appointment. And I'm like, gosh, how do I fix that one? So there's always like, what's the next stressor in business, right? There's always going to be something. The good news is you can get out in front of it. And I really feel like if you use Tegna at the top of your funnel and you're in a local market, I don't care where that local market is, but if you put what Catherine and Amaya are talking about at the top of your funnel and you just put in a good system so that your bucket doesn't leak when all those people are coming into that funnel, and JourneyBuilder is perfect for it, I promise you that your business will radically change in a good way. Like your revenue will change. Your bookkeeper is going to be like, what are you doing? Right. In the best way possible. So I think with that, I think we're just about wrapping up. I don't see any questions coming in. If you guys want to book those appointments, please do. I know we still have several people still watching. And that's cool, but I don't think there's anything else to really go over. Any parting words, either of you? You good?
No, thank you guys for joining.
Thank you.
Thanks for the time, Jay. We appreciate it.
Yep.
All right. Well, you guys stick around backstage. I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast, and I appreciate everybody for tuning in today, and let's help grow your business. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, guys.